How could you not give commentary on Paul's Boutique? Because the whole scenario surrounding, if you know every lyric by heart to every song on Paul's Boutique, you've officially made it. That's what they determined, because it was one of the only albums or CDs and tapes that not only was a different color, it was like neon yellow or red or blue, you didn't know, that had handwritten lyrics to a T, because no one knew what the fuck they were talking about at first, all inside the liner notes. And this is in 1989, summer or spring of 89. Came out a total flop, a total disaster. Capitol Records signs them from Def Jam to it was like the ultimate football trade, man. They made so much fucking money. They come up from New York, they move to LA, they move to Atwater Village, they get their own house and all the money they want, and a studio. They call it the G-Spot. And they also hired the Dust Brothers, who got into a lawsuit with the Chemical Brothers, who tried to take their name. But the Dust Brothers were making Brooklyn Dust music for a long time. They're the main instrumental inspirations for this. Now, they sample the fuck out of everything. Same with License to Ill. But the album was a flop. But then 1 year goes by, and 2 years go by, and people start re-listening to the album. I've never seen this happen in my lifetime. Everyone's got to admit, even if they hate hip-hop, if they especially hate the Beastie Boys, this album is bizarre. It becomes more popular because people start getting the lyrics, and then they start realizing all of hip-hop, now they can't sample music. Like before, you could take a little part of another song, rock song, whatever, and they were sampling Led Zeppelin. Nowadays, okay, Eric Simmons did a survey of Paul's Boutique. If they were to try to even attempt and clear all of the samples that they took from other rock bands, it would be the most expensive record ever made. I mean, they take Johnny Cash. They take ones I didn't even ever heard of. The Dust Brothers did. It shut down sampling for hip-hop music. In a way, they did hip-hop a disservice. They sampled, they were in their own house, man. But they sampled, they even sampled the Beatles, dude. The Beatles don't even allow their samples to be sampled. So anyways, that becomes more and more clear. And also, gangster rap was getting big, so, that wasn't really hitting. But then you listen to the lyrics. Now, this is before the second coming of disco era. This is New York 77, which was you should see a TV show called New York 77. That's where a lot of the culture started. And the lyrics, I heard Dope Man on NWA, but the lyrics on these things, they're not just talking about, smoking ganja, like Cypress Hill does nowadays. They're talking about, the code words our parents would use in the 70s for illicit activity. And the album is just weird. Even the last 5 songs are all one song, and, you thought it was a fuck-up, but sure enough, there's not a single Beastie Boy fan that doesn't say that not only Paul's Boutique is their favorite album, but that it is a fucking masterpiece. And you will get Pavarotti saying it. You'll get people in other countries who do orchestras saying, well, Paul's Boutique is your best album ever made. It really is, because it just has guys in a house doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. But the funny part is, it failed when it came out. Hey Ladies was their big hit, and it really flopped. This thing started the whole thrift store shopping thing, this album, because they were all into buying stuff at thrift stores, and the stuff they say in some of the songs is just really wild. You don't even get it. People don't even get it. But the first rock with hip-hop lyric song, besides, Walk This Way by Run DMC, no, but they're playing the instruments, and they're rapping, was Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun, which was a play off of living in the New York street life, Ready to Die by Biggie Smalls. This is 89, dog. And they were into skateboarding and surfing and all this. So the tube of a wave, looking down the barrel, get it, of a gun, okay. All that shit. And then the lyrics are just they're just insane. I'm rolling down the hill, snowballing, getting bigger. An explosion in the chamber, the hammer to the trigger. I saw him get stabbed. I watched the blood spill out. He had more cuts than my man Chuck Chillout, who's a famous DJ in New York. 24 is my age, and 22 is my gauge. I'm writing rhymes on a page. I'm going off in a rage, because I'm out on a mission, a stolen car mission. Had a small problem with the transmission. Now, what's really spooky about that is that Third Base had the same thing happen. They started banning that part of the song, or that song, on religious. Why? Because a stolen car is also subliminal for someone who's possessed. So it's almost like, I know this sounds crazy, but like if someone's possessed and you may not even know it, or like, dude, she's, I don't know what got into her. Someone stole her car. It's a carjacking. I've had the weirdest girls that try to get on me. I know the next morning they're going to claim rape, so I don't touch them. But because their car got stolen, they didn't know it. They got drunk and their car got stolen. So there is dual meaning with it. But he was out on a mission. What? A stolen car mission. And he had a small problem with the transmission. 3 on the tree in the middle of the night. 3 on the tree was how older cars used to be. You would have to shift by the column on the shifter was. And most people don't know how to drive 3 on the tree because it's like the 1950s when they had those cars. But he had a stake on his head. Why? Because he got into a fist fight. Life comes in phases. Take the good with the bad. You bought them coins on the street homes and you know you got had. Because it's all high spirit. You know you got to hear it. Don't touch the mic, baby. Don't come near it. It's going to get you. It's going to get you. Looking down the barrel of a gun. Son of a gun. A son of a bitch getting paid and you're getting rich. Ultra violence. That's from Clockwork Orange. In other words, when you stare at TV and all you see is violence, like the news, in that movie they called it ultra violence, which makes you crazy. Ultra violence be running through my head. Cole Medina making me see red. I've got a rapid fire Louis, like Rambo's got bullets. I'm a die harder like my kid Bruce Willis. I love girlies, waxing and milking. You want to date a shrimp? Date my man Dave Smokin'. Predetermined destiny. This is the best line. Predetermined destiny is who I am. I've got my finger on the trigger like the son of Sam. I am like Clockwork Orange going off on the town. And I've got homeboys bonanza to beat your ass down. Well, see, I'm mad at my desk. And I be writing all curse words. Because I'm expressing my aggression through my schizophrenic verse words. You're a headless chicken chasing, a sucker, freebasing. Looking for a fist to put your face in. So get hip. Don't slip, you knuckleheads, because racism is schism, and on the serious tip. Now, that may seem like, a Taylor Swifty song these days. But back then, we were like, that was way over my head. And then, God damn! What did they say?